From the beginning, the Church expressed one apostolic faith through multiple liturgical rites. From the Mother Church of Jerusalem, distinct traditions developed as Christianity spread across language, cultures, and regions. Historically, the Church recognizes 7 ancient rites: the Byzantine, Roman, West Syriac, East Syriac, Coptic, Ethiopic, and Armenian. These rites developed organically within the life of the undivided Church. Before going further, it's important to clarify the present situation. Today, only 2 rites are practiced canonically within the Eastern Orthodox Church: the Byzantine Rite and the Roman Rite. The Byzantine Rite originated in Constantinople and spread widely due to imperial support, education, and monastic standardization. Over time, it became dominant not because it replaced other rites by decree, but because history narrowed what survived. From the 7th century onward, Islamic conquests and later persecutions led to the displacement and the decline of Orthodox Christian communities across the Levant, Egypt, and Mesopotamia. Many ancient liturgical centers were weakened or lost, and their local rites gradually fell out of Orthodox use. As tensions between East and West grew and communion became strained, especially by the 11th century, the two increasingly developed separately. During the Crusades in the 11th and 13th centuries, Latin authorities often established parallel jurisdictions in traditionally Orthodox lands, particularly in Jerusalem, Antioch, and Constantinople. In many cases, Orthodox hierarchies were displaced, churches were seized, and Orthodox liturgical life was disrupted or displaced. These events did not create the separation, but they deepened it. After communion broke down and was hardened by the events of the Crusades, Western liturgical life continued, but no longer developed in the active communion with the rest of the Orthodox world. Meanwhile, the Byzantine Rite, preserved within the Orthodox world and widely transmitted, naturally became the most dominant form of worship where Orthodox continuity endured. Today, the Byzantine Rite exists in many local uses, be that the Greek, Slavic, Antiochian, Georgian, and others, sharing the same structure while preserving regional variation. Turning now to the Roman Rite, this represents the ancient Western Latin tradition of the undivided Church. Within Orthodoxy, the Roman Rite is not treated as a museum artifact frozen at the time of the moment of separation. Instead, Western liturgical development that was not contrary to the Orthodox faith was carefully examined, purified when necessary, and received, often described as being baptized into the Church. Within the Roman tradition, this reception is expressed through distinct uses, each rooted in particular place and historical context. The English or Anglican use, also known as the Tikhon use, adapted from the liturgical tradition of the post-Reformation England, and the Gregorian or Tridentine use, originating from the later Roman liturgical standardizations, but grounded in pre-schism Western tradition, are the most commonly practiced today. Other Western uses, such as the Gallican use from Gaul and modern-day France, the Ambrosian use from northern Italy, and the Sarum use from pre-Protestant England, exist but are far less frequently celebrated. Additional Western traditions, both pre- and post-schism, are not practiced today. Some were absorbed into broader usages, while others fell out of use entirely. The Mozarabic tradition from Spain is no longer practiced, and the Celtic tradition, which developed in the British Isles before the Roman standardizations, was largely lost to history rather than preserved as a complete liturgical use. Now a brief historical note on the East Syriac Rite. The rite is Orthodox in origin, having developed in the ancient Persian Church before the later schisms. It did appear again within Orthodoxy for a short time in the early to mid-20th century during the Urmia mission, which served Assyrian Christians returning to communion with the Orthodox Church. After this mission ended, the East Syriac Rite ceased to be used canonically. The remaining rites, West Syriac, Coptic, Ethiopic, and Armenian, are ancient apostolic traditions but have not been practiced canonically within the Orthodox Church since roughly the 5th to 6th centuries following the Christological ruptures of that era. What survived was not of chance or preference, but the rites that endured in the living Orthodox communion through the trials of history.